Hi there, everyone. It's me again. Yes, and this is another series in my, I guess, my growing up uh, little stories. I have another one. It may be a little, may sound a little insensitive. It's not. It's not. It's not mean or ugly or anything. It's just some people might not find it as funny as I thought it was at the time. Anyway, so this is I call this watching my brother. Now, so it was in 75. I was in the 12th grade, which means I was 16 years old. I might have already turned 17. I don't recall. So my brother must have been roughly 11 or 12 years old. Anyway, we lived on the farm. And so my dad and my parents, they went to go visit one of their parents. In other words, one of the granddads that lived about the 5-6 hour drive away. And I was then obviously supposed to be in charge of the farm and look after everything. And I was happy about that because that means I had the whole place to myself. And I had a buddy there, Heinrich, and he was older than I was. He was about 24 at the time, I think, maybe 25. And he worked his dad's farm, a few miles over. But we became friends, and we would visit on weekends and so on. And so as soon as I knew that my parents were going to go away and leave me in charge of the farm, I obviously let him know, like, hey, we're going to do something this weekend. And I had an invitation from a female, it wasn't my girlfriend, but it was a school friend. We were good friends, but anyway, so she invited me. She had a party, her birthday party that Saturday. Okay, fine. So Heinrich, actually, I had some planning to do before Saturday, and so I figured I'll go with my buddy to the party because he had transportation. He had a Peugeot pickup. Now it was an old diesel pickup, and it had an extremely hard suspension. And in those days, most of the farmers, we carried your spare tire, a complete spare tire. You just threw it in the back of your pickup, right? There's no other place to put it. And so anyway, I had some preparation to do. So on Saturday, Uncle Nick, the neighbor, my dad's neighbor, farm neighbor, or whatever you want to call it, the neighbor farmer, he went on Saturdays. Typically, he would go into town and go to the auction or something. They have some stuff to do. And I asked him, hey, can I hitch a ride, Uncle Nick? He said, yeah, sure. So he came by Saturday morning, picked me up, and we went. So while he was busy doing his auctioning thing or whatever it was doing, I purchased a gallon of white wine. Now, in those days, 18 was the drinking age. I don't know what it is nowadays, but anyway. And I was at 16. I was already over 6 foot. Maybe I was close to 17. So I was already getting to 6, 6'3", 6'4". And so if I kind of like walk with a little pep on my step, I guess I looked older. I believed I looked older. I don't know. So anyway, went to the liquor store. So the Greek in the corner, he didn't care who he sold to, really. It wasn't all that strict like it is nowadays, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so I bought the gallon of wine, placed it in a potato bag. In those days, you could buy a bag of potatoes, which was like a thick brown bag. And it was in there nicely tight. And I stuffed it with stuff so it won't break or rattle around on the back of Uncle Nick's pickup. And there we go, back to the farm. And so he dropped me off. I had my bag, potato bag. I don't know if he knew what was in there or not, but anyway, that was it. So now we are ready for Saturday. We have our proviant. We're ready. And so everything was set. Parents left Saturday, and my buddy came over. And so all we had to do is trick my brother, my 12-year-old or 11 or 12-year-old, into staying here and not knowing where we were going, what we were up to, but he would have none of that. So okay, I resorted to Plan B, which was okay. Let's and he saw the wine, I guess, at some point, and was like, "Oh, I know you got wine. I'm gonna tell mom and dad when they get back." So I thought, okay, let's make him complacent. Hey, little bro, you want some wine? Yeah, okay, come drink some wine with us. I thought it was a good plan at the time, thinking, okay, if I give him some money, he'll pass out and leave us alone. And he had a couple, maybe a cup, another cup, maybe 3 cups, I don't know. And at some point, it was time to go. I didn't see him. I thought he was in his room. Like, okay, I didn't see him anymore. He doesn't bother us. Right, good, let's go. So, so the farm roads were all gravel roads. There was no tarmac. It was just gravel, dirt roads, as they call it, I guess. And so from the farmhouse to the main road, which is also a gravel road, it was extremely bumpy. Lots of potholes and bumps and rocks and stuff. And we inside and you're holding on because, as I said, that diesel pickup had an extremely hard suspension, right? And so anyway, and so all of a sudden we realized that there's something bouncing around in the back really bad. And so he said, well, it's just my tire. But I looked around and I saw my brother. And then then the tire is up and the brother's down. Then the brother's up and the tire's down. Just as we were driving. And so I realized what he had done, the little shithead. He jumped onto the back of the little pickup. So, okay, so we stopped. We tried to grab him to take him home. But he would have none of that. He was pretty quick and slick. Like, woo, off, and through the barbed wire fence and into the darkness. He slithered, and it also rained earlier that day, so it was kind of like wet, and there was all the grass and the bushes, and you have to go through the fence, and we had our party clothes on, and like, I'm not going to do that. He's gone. I'm sure it's okay now. So it's about a 10-mile drive. So okay, we hop back in the truck and don't see him. Okay, we take off. And a couple of miles from the party, maybe one or twice again, we realized that there's more than just the tire bouncing around on the back of the truck. And so about a mile or two before we get to the party, we stopped. And we figured, okay, we may catch him this time, and I didn't take him home or something. So we stopped. But by then, the wine has kicked into my little brother, I guess. And so as he jumped off, we stopped quickly. And as he jumped off, I guess his feet caught the side of the pickup, and he kind of like fell off. But now he lay still in the tall grass. So he just like pretended he didn't move or anything. So I tell my buddy, hey Heinrich, did you see him? And you're like, oh no, I didn't see him. I wonder where he is. But we can see him down here. He's lying. He's still thinking that we don't see him. It's dark, but there's enough moonlight and you can see. And so I don't know what came over us. Well, so we whipped out our willies. We proceeded to hose him down. Like, we're going to flush him out this way. Nah, he lay absolutely still, didn't move, peed all over him. And, you sure you didn't see him? No, I didn't see him. Okay, now we're done. Get in truck. Now we take off again. Now, somehow, he either followed us or we got back on. I don't know. At that point, we didn't care. We were right at the party. We were there. We parked the truck. And as we parked, I think he probably jumped off again. And we realized, okay, he's going to go slither off into the bushes. And we're fine. So now we're at the party, and in those days you had these blue lights. It was, so if you smile, then at night your teeth would be extremely bright, or if you had some clothes on that had some white in it, then the white would be extremely accented, extremely bright. And we're dancing, and it's all great and everything. And the lady was not my girlfriend; she was just a lady friend from school, also in the 12th grade, and so. Somehow I got the courage up and asked her, well, okay, would you be my girlfriend? My we'll go steady or whatever they call it. And she said, yeah, okay, sure. And so we were slowly like dancing and okay, this evening is great. It's only been like 45 minutes or an hour or so and night is still young. And all of a sudden I heard somebody yell my name very loud, spell it out actually loud and clear. XJC blah 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 G done my whole pedigree and my everything, all the numbers he knew, and yeah him, that's him, he's my brother, that's him. And I look up and there's two guys holding my little brother by the scruff of his neck, and the music stopped, the lights came on, like all hell broke loose. What is going on now? So what has happened is, at some point, I don't know why, the little dude was crawling through the bushes, I guess, and because there were some puddles and stuff, he must have crawled through some puddles. And at some point, he crawled right up to a car or against a car in the darkness, and there was this mud, and he grabbed hold of mud, and he started smearing this car, the side panel of the car, the side door. I don't know why. I don't know what went through his mind. I mean, he's 11 or 12 years old. You know, he had 3 cups of wine. Who knows? And he's smearing this car, and some people, of course, that were outside there either smoking or walking or something, saw him, grabbed onto him, and the owner of the car, and that was it. Now there's trouble. So, is this your brother? Yeah. And so, yeah, and he made me drunk because what? Because they realized, what's wrong with this little guy? He's totally wasted. And anyway, so we went outside. Some of the other guys with their cars, they pulled it around and put the lights on bright onto this panel of this car that's full of mud, and they inspected it, and then they took a hose pipe and they started to wash the mud down and to see if there's any real damage, and it looked like there was not. Now, even though the lights were on bright, it's still at night, so you really don't know. But it looked pretty okay, and they washed the mud off, and okay, fine. But that was it. That was the end for us. No more party for us. We had to go. So, I grabbed my. I said, well, sorry, goodbye, girlfriend. Grabbed my brother, threw him on the back of the truck, and then we took off back to the farm. I don't know what we did the rest of the evening. Obviously, we probably had some more wine, and that was it. And so come Monday, of course, went back to school. I apologized to her, said, well, I'm so sorry, you know, I don't know what happened with my brother, you know. And I broke off the girlfriendship, I guess, and so at least I had a girlfriend in school from the Saturday night until the Monday morning, and that was it. So it's no more girlfriend, and that's it. Of course, he never told the parents, and I would never tell the parents. And when they came back, and I guess all's well that ends well. But don't think I'm a bad person. It's not that I didn't like my brother. It's just we wanted to go to the party. Anyway, and and that's about it.